Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door is a sequel to Paper Mario on the N64. Now, I haven't been able to play the first one yet, but you don't have to play the first one to know the story for the second one.
In the beginning, Peach finds this treasure map when she goes to this new place called Fruitport. I'm sorry, I don't know how it's pronounced. I pronounce it either way, so yeah. So she finds this map and she tells Mario about it by sending him a letter, but when Mario gets there, she's not there. So now he's on this quest to go find her.
Not only that, but Bowser's usually the one that takes Peach anyway, but now he's after the princess too, because he wants to make sure that he's the only one that's allowed to do that. So now Mario's out to find Peach, Bowser's out to find Peach, and Peach is being held hostage by the Oxnauts?
Xnauts.
Xnauts.
Yeah, there's an enemy called a Crossyux, and Goombella, when you scan it, she actually puts emphasis that it's a Crossyux and not an Xyux.
Oh.
Oh.
I didn't know
That kind of explains how to pronounce it.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it's the strongest form of Yux in game.
Is you have to find these stars that are located around Rootport, or Roadport, and the only way you can find them is with the special map that Princess Peach sent you, so the reason why you have to collect them is because the Crossnauts are also looking for them as well, so you have to get them before they get it. That's basically the only way you can help out.
And so you can open the Thousand Year Door.
Yeah.
To me, Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door was a major step up from the original, just because it feels like they fixed a lot of the problems, and just they made the controls a lot smoother for it. Like, in the first game, the action commands they worked, but now in this new one, they work a lot better. They're a lot smoother, and some of the button combinations and stuff they have to do to pull off some of the new moves they're really creative, and it's a better experience overall, in my opinion.
In the original, the action commands felt a bit clunky, but in this one, they're a lot smoother and easier to get. They look better when you get them, and there's a lot more variety too.
Yeah, I haven't been able to play the first one, but this is pretty much in the same lineup as the Super Mario RPG on the SNES, which instead of just pushing a button at the right time, you now have to make sure it's the right button at the right time, or a sequence of events. So it definitely keeps the player engaged. Well, we've already talked about the mechanics, but now you get to play as 3 different kind of characters. You get to play as Mario, Peach, and I believe you get to play as Bowser, which he wasn't able to play as in the first one. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, it's funny though with Bowser, because now you get to play through some of the old school Super Mario levels as Bowser.
Yeah, I thought that was a really cool idea how they did that. It was just fun running through and then burning all the little Goombas and people that were running by. It was a lot of fun.
It felt like a whole new twist.
Yeah.
Peach levels are from they're from the first game, Paper Mario. Bowser sections, they're completely new, and whether you're just going around talking to people or doing one of the old school Mario levels, they're just awesome.
Well, because it's an RPG, you have to level up. After you win a battle, you get a certain amount of battle points. After you reach 100, you get to level up. When you level up, you get to choose between one of the 3 bonuses: the HP, the flower points, and the badge points. If you choose HP, you get to raise your HP by about 5 hit points. It also says it's good for those who lack confidence.
In the game, there's a bunch of special moves that Mario and his partners can use, such as Mario gets these new hammer abilities and these new jumping abilities. And in order to use them, you have to cost you these flower points. And when you run out of flower points, you can't use the moves anymore.
Every time you level up, you get a chance to increase your badge points by 3, which increases the amount of badges you can equip. Some badges actually need 7 badge points, while some only need 1. The special ones that don't actually do anything, you need none.
You get the audience sometimes that'll either hurt you or they'll help you.
Yeah, I thought the
I like the
were really
audience.
creative. Yeah, they'll sometimes throw items, and sometimes they'll just throw rocks or something. And I always thought it was kind of funny how you could just have one of your partners, or you can go out there and just knock them out of the crowd. I thought that was really funny.
Also, some enemies appear in the audience too. You'll see in a lot of battles some experts cheering whenever you hit an enemy.
There's also that roulette system that can help you out. If you're in a critical situation, it can help in that right spot.
Oh yeah. I just think how they implemented the whole stage system as a whole was really a great idea, because they included the whole thing about how if you do good, the audience will give you stars, which will help fill up your star meter. And I thought it was just really clever how they did all those little stage effects, like sometimes something would fall on someone's head, it would make them dizzy. And yeah, the roulette was a really cool idea, because it really helps the people who are having a little more trouble with it. But yeah, it was a great idea.
I like the audience and all, but some of the best fights when the audience actually gets attacked.
Yeah.
Breaking the fourth wall there, or in this case, apparently the third wall. Also, every time you collect a star from each chapter, you'll earn a new special ability with the star points, right? And it gives you a new ability, like you can restore your health, or you can cause a lot of damage to the opponents.
These new stars, which are called the Crystal Stars, I thought that was a really great update from the Star Spirits in the last game, because this time it felt like these Crystal Stars felt more useful than the other ones. Like, sometimes in the last game I didn't want to use the one that would use that timeout that would make the enemies freeze sometimes. It was really unreliable. But I like how some of these new Crystal Stars, like, there's that one where you can jump on top of it, and as it grows bigger, it just, like, bounces around the stage, and it does a bunch of damage. I thought it was a really clever idea. It was just a good update from the last game.
Yeah, you also have more of an input with these. You can actually affect how powerful they are, unlike Star Spirits.
Outside of the battle system, Mario will have to solve certain puzzles in order to get to certain places. He'll need to gain some power-ups to learn new abilities to get into new locations, have the help of his partners to solve puzzles, which we'll go into later, and get quote-unquote curses that turn Mario into different kind of paper objects that help him reach new locations or to get through certain areas. So within the 1,000-Year Door, you get 7 chapters, or 8 chapters, I'm not entirely sure. What would you guys say would be your favorite chapter?
I think my favorite chapter was the Glitz Pit, where you're in that Coliseum place and you get to fight all the battles. It was a really creative way to make the battles more interesting, because after a while the battles would get repetitive.
Oh, yeah.
But in this way it was fun because it was much more ranked, and you actually felt like you had something to work for to get progressed through the chapter.
I actually hated fighting battles halfway through original, and halfway through this one. But Glitz Pit, favourite chapter, yeah. Even though they were most of the battles.
Yeah, they definitely made the action a lot more interesting, especially with the restrictions, or the way they wanted you to win the match. But
Yeah.
my favorite chapter is actually chapter 4, where you actually get your name stolen and all these villagers are being turned into pigs. Because I thought that was kind of interesting, and even if you played through it before, you couldn't cheat your way through it. You had to get that one letter, otherwise you couldn't get his name. I also kind of thought it was interesting that at the end of it, you had to fight yourself and your partners.
Yeah, that was really fun. I love doing that. Oh,
The
yeah.
name joke.
That's my second favorite.
They keep doing it all through game. Murphy, Matteo, Gonzalez.
Haven't you guys ever heard of Mario?